Okay. We are moments away from kickoff at Old Trafford. Manchester United taking on Burton Albion. I think there wasn't any sound before, but seems to be sound now. This is the watch along for Manchester United versus Burton Albion. We are moments away from kickoff, and the Manchester United team has been announced for a little while now. And Manchester United have gone for a pretty strong lineup, to be honest. Romero, Darmian, Lindelof, Smalling, Blind, Carrick, Herrera, Lingard, Mata, Marshall, and Rashford. The substitutes being Joel Pereira, Phil Jones, Shaw, Luke Shaw's there, Ashley Young, Scott McTominay, Phil Fellaini, and Lukaku. So pretty strong lineup for Manchester United. To be honest, he's not taking this game lightly at all, is he? He's going all out there to get the victory early on, sew the game up, and maybe he could bring Scott McTominay on, but he hasn't, and Luke Shaw on. So I'm a bit surprised that certainly Luke Shaw isn't starting this match. I would have thought that he would have been starting this game, but I mean Scott McTominay I thought may well start the game as well, but he's not starting, so we're just going to have to see if they do make an appearance off the bench at any point in this game. But I'm not surprised that any other youngsters aren't in the squad. The only other real person you could have potentially seen in and around the squad was Demi Mitchell, I think from the academy, because Angel Gomez hasn't even played any under-23 football this season. So I think it would have been asking an awful lot for him to have come into a game like this, although he probably is ready for an appearance off the substitutes bench. But Jose Mourinho wants to put enough strength and depth on that bench just in case it does go wrong for Manchester United, because we did actually draw with these. It was away the first time in the FA Cup, and we had to have a replay and beat them 5-0 at Old Trafford. So you can't take, and at that time they were in the conference. This time they're in a lot higher league, so they've done remarkably well to get themselves up to the championship. Really, in them few seasons, it doesn't seem long ago that the likes of Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney were struggling to break this team down away from home at Burton Albion. But it's still exciting to watch Manchester United play this evening. I'm really looking forward to this game, and we're moments away from kickoff, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm expecting Manchester United to make it through to the next round, the fourth round, which the draw for the fourth round will be live on Sky Sports after this game. So I will do a match reaction after, and then probably react to that as well as and when it happens. If Manchester United obviously are into the next round of the Cup, we can't obviously take this too lightly, because I know Manchester United got battered against Milton Keynes in the past. We've had results like that have not gone Manchester United's favour. I know we had one, I think it was against Coventry under Sir Alex Ferguson. We lost it. It might have even been at Old Trafford 2-0. So we can't take these too lightly if you don't put a full strength team out. But with the lineup he's gone for, I believe that Manchester United will get the job done tonight. No question. If we don't get the job done, then I will be absolutely shocked, and these players should hold their heads in shame, because that is a strong enough lineup. The likes of Juan Mata and Herrera and Rashford and that are all experienced now players to go out there and get the job done in this fixture for Manchester United. Really excited to see both Martial and Rashford both playing tonight. Still both relatively young. Martial it's really a big season for Martial for Manchester United. I'm expecting him to really take off this season. He's got 3 Premier League goals already. He only got 4 Premier League goals in the whole of last season. So it's all there for Martial. He's just got to get a bit more consistency. And this is the perfect game for him to maybe grab himself a goal, maybe an assist or two, and really build on some real good confidence going further in the season for Manchester United, because he's going to be a vital player for Manchester United this season. So we are moments away, 4 minutes on my clock, My live stream may be slightly behind everyone else's. I'm not sure, but obviously it's going to may take a while for it to come through. But there's adverts at the moment, so the players will probably be coming out in the next few moments' time, ready for kickoff. Burton Albion are struggling down the bottom and lower part of the Championship at the moment, so their main aim is to get out of to avoid getting out of having to go into the next division, which is League One. So they want to stay in this Championship if they can, and they did beat Fulham. I think it was 2-1 at the weekend. So, but last week they got spanked by Leeds United, who are at this moment in time head and shoulders above it. Well, the best team in the Championship by away at some point at the moment in time, and got a great chance of going up. So there wasn't. I mean, it was a disgrace. It was 5-0, but they are the best team in the division. But Manchester United are right at the top of the Premier League. So, but these teams always up their game against the likes of Manchester United. So you can't just say just because they got hammered in that game that Manchester United are going to go and swat these aside. As I said in the preview, I've gone for a 2-0 victory for Manchester United this evening. I'm not expecting it to be an absolute goal fest. I think that they may struggle to. I mean, if we could get an early goal in this game, it could end up being a big score. But lately we have got a lot of late goals, so they may tire a bit. But if they sit back and keep it tight and defend for large parts of this game, they could really frustrate Manchester United if we don't get a breakthrough at all early on. In them games against Swansea and Everton, which Manchester United were winning 1-0, and then we swapped the opposition aside, scoring 3 late goals in each of them games. We were winning 1-0 at the time. So if it's still 0-0, that's when the nerves start to kick in. Players start to panic a bit, and all their players probably be camped in their half. I think Manchester United can have a lot of possession in this game. So, but it's breaking any opposition down. I mean, there's 2 teams in a game of football, so it's not always what Manchester United do, and these teams can make it difficult. But under Sir Alex Ferguson, 9 times out of 10 always found a way to break these sort of teams down. So Rashford is playing as the centre forward on the Sky Sports. Martial and Lingard out wide, with Mata in behind, and Herrera and Carrick in behind that. And then obviously the back 4 with Blind, Darmian, Lindelof and Smalling, and Romero obviously in goal. Now I would have liked to have seen Scott McTominay play, but I'm not overly surprised that he's on the bench for this one. But I was really expecting Luke Shaw to start the game, which is a bit of a massive blow, because he's really these are the best chances he's going to have this season in games like this to get into the team, and he's really got to perform when he's called upon. I mean, the only other time that Manchester, well, this isn't a dead rubber by no means, because Jose Mourinho really wants to win that 5th League Cup. He's won 4, 3 at Chelsea and 1 as Manchester United manager, and he wants to get that record 5th. So he's going all out to take this cup serious. So, and the time when we may get some dead rubber games will come later on, hopefully in the latter stages of the group stage of that Champions League, sort of the 4th and 5th game. Hopefully Manchester United will get a couple of dead rubbers if we can sew that group up nice and early. That is what you want to do, Manchester United, sew that Champions League up. That's when I believe that if we can do that, Jose Mourinho can rotate and play the likes of Scott McTominay from the start. There is a lot of games being played tonight in the League Cup, so it's always nice to see what's happening elsewhere. And it looks like Chelsea have gone 1-0 up in their game. Kennedy looks like with the goal against Nottingham Forest, so they're winning. These teams are putting out slightly weaker sides in this competition, but Manchester City's team, even they've gone for a fairly strong lineup for their game away at West Brom. Obviously, that's more difficult than Manchester United's and Chelsea's and Arsenal's this evening. But some of these teams over the last few years have started to take it a bit more serious. You've seen the likes of Manchester City win it in recent years. Obviously, Manchester United, Chelsea have a few times in recent years as well. Obviously, Jose Mourinho taking it serious there. Even Manchester United have did win it, retain it under Sir Alex Ferguson at one point. So the top of teams have occasionally in the last few years taken it a bit more serious, like they did years ago in the likes of Nottingham Forest. Liverpool won it on more regular basis. That like Liverpool won it, I think, 4 times in a row. That's when teams used to take it more serious. Obviously, with the Champions League these days and the amount of games, teams don't seem to take it quite as serious as they used to. But it's still a great trophy to have on your CV. If you've won this in addition to other trophies, then I think that is good for Manchester United and Jose Mourinho, because if he could win another League Cup and maybe a league title this season, then he can turn around and say, look, I've won 4 major honours already in my first 2 seasons as Manchester United manager. And that looks really good on his CV, and it looks good for Manchester United. When you're trying to prize players away from other clubs, you want to come to Manchester United because of that, winning trophies. You can go to PSG and other clubs like that and get the money as well as winning their league, but Manchester United have got to be all about winning trophies. For me, that is the main aim for Manchester United. Finishing 3rd, 4th in the Premier League just doesn't do it for me. You've got to be winning trophies, and this is another perfect opportunity for Manchester United. We are underway anyway in this game. It's only been going a couple of minutes so far. Manchester United now getting the ball back. Burton, Albion getting a few early touches of the ball. Hopefully we do not see a banana skin tonight, but potentially this could be, because it is Championship opposition, and the Championship is still quite a decent league. Although it is quite a bit behind the Premier League, it is still a decent league. Away in Europe, a lot of these teams in Spain and Italy and places like that, the second division isn't always quite up to standards as what the Championship is here. And I think this is it's certainly one of the hardest leagues to get out of. It's very, very difficult. If you're stuck in that Championship after being relegated, you look at the likes of Sunderland, Aston Villa, teams like that, Charlton, teams like that have gone down and struggled to come back. Fulham are another one. It's not easy to get out of that Championship. And some of these, often you see in this cup, a lot of these teams do give problems to Manchester United and teams of that nature. Got to throw in it down by the corner flag. Come on, United. Only a few moments into this game. Looks like there is Manchester City have also gone 1-0 up already, and Chelsea look like they've gone 2-0 up as well. The game is only just about kicked. It was only kicked off. We're only going into the 4th minute of this match now. Hopefully, Manchester United can get a couple of goals from the likes of Martial and Rashford again this evening. That'll make me happy seeing if Martial can get another goal on the score sheet. I think Martial and Rashford really need to be looking at, again, about 15 to 20 goals each between them this season if Manchester United are to have a season. Oh, Manchester United play themselves into a bit of trouble. David De Gea's only had the 1 save to make so far. Just an easy take from him. You wouldn't expect. I mean, sorry, Romero, should I say? We haven't got David De Gea in goal tonight, have we? So used to him being in goal. So far, Manchester United haven't really started off the best. Been a bit sloppy, but it's only early on in the game, so plenty of time to get things going. But an early goal would actually really sell this game down. But I think Martial is a real key for this game for Manchester United, because when he runs at defenders, he can be frightening. It's just he's got to do it more. It's got his consistency. Nice to see Lingard in the team tonight. It's a perfect game for Lingard to get a game. He's not always going to obviously be a certain starter in the Premier League, but he's fantastic to have him as a squad player. And Manchester United now into the lead. Manchester United 1-0. Get in. It didn't really take Manchester United all sorts of time in order to get the breakthrough here. Marcus Rashford. This was really what Manchester United is all about, really. Marcus Rashford. These players really do need to be scoring more goals. But I mean, there's a nice finish there from Rashford. Put it past the goalkeeper, and that's what I was hoping for. That early goal, just to settle Manchester United down. To be honest, and it's one of our own, Rashford. Unfortunately, we can't show the game here because the channel will get shut down if we do show the game. But the game is live on Sky Sports Football. If you want to watch it, I'm watching it on my phone here and just watching the goal again from Marcus Rashford. Slots it past the goalkeeper. Michael Carrick there involved. I think it was Jesse Lingard who made the ball off to Rashford to put it past the goalkeeper. Yep, it was. So a fair few early goals in this League Cup ties. Manchester United are well underway. 4th goal in his last 5 games there, it said, for Marcus Rashford. So it's decent. Rashford scoring. Started off the season well. Now we need our Martial goal. We need a nice goal from Martial which I'd be happy with because he needs to increase his goal. So, mistake there at the back. Hopefully Manchester United can go for the kill here. Manchester United nearly getting a second goal in this game. If Manchester United could get an early second, then this game could potentially be a very easy game for Manchester United. And then hopefully second half, if we do get a shot from just outside the penalty area. Nothing much to worry about for Manchester United. I think Romero's going to have quite an easy game tonight, to be honest. Really struggle to get any sort of real chances in this game because Manchester United, on the whole, aren't giving too much away this season. But Jesse Lingard had a great chance there just before to score a goal. It was blocked, but I was hoping that Jesse could bang that in because Jesse's also one player that does probably need to improve his goal tally. That is one reason why Jesse Lingard does get quite a bit of hate from Manchester United fans, is because he doesn't get the amount of goals that he probably should be. I think if he could increase his goal tally to around 10 goals a season, Manchester United fans would probably be a lot more happier with Jesse Lingard. But he does work very well off the ball, and I've definitely grown to like Jesse a lot more than I did. And I never thought that he was going to make it as a Manchester United player. I really didn't. The only problem is if we swap these aside first half, the only players that we can actually bring on are really Luke Shaw and Scott McTominay, besides bringing on the likes of Lukaku, which we really would want to avoid this evening because we've got a game against Southampton coming up at the weekend, and then we've got a game in Moscow. So there's so much to look forward to for Manchester United. And that's a game that I really want Manchester United to win. Oh, Martial. Got to be doing more of that, running at the defenders. He's so frightening when he runs at the defence. Really would love to see Martial grab himself a goal this evening. Manchester United committing a foul down the end of the pitch from Darmian. this season so far has gone completely different from what it was last season in terms of goal scoring. So far, so good, really, for Manchester United. I thought we looked a bit cagey at first, but the first few couple of minutes. But after that, so far, so good, really. To be honest, I'm really fairly impressed with our Manchester United. But it's always one good key is to get that early breakthrough. So you get that early breakthrough against these sort of sides that you would expect to sit back and defend for long periods of the game. It can sometimes open it up a bit, and then you can sometimes swat these teams aside. But we've seen at times it can be difficult. But we've seen that a lot last season. The likes of Burton, games like that. Unfortunately, we can't show the game here because if we do, we will get shut down. But you're more than welcome to watch it on Sky Sports Football. I'm just watching it on a free app on my phone, so if you want to watch it on a free app on your phone, you can do. Or you can probably find a stream online which does it, but unfortunately, I can't show it because I'm only watching it on an app on my phone. And we would get shut down. Just over 10 minutes of the game gone, and Manchester United are winning 1-0 still. Everyone in confident mood. I think everyone was in confident mood before the game anyway. That Manchester United can get probably an easier victory than maybe I thought tonight. But when I saw the lineup, I was a lot more confident that we could maybe swat them aside than I was before, when I thought that the likes of Scott McTominay and Luke Shaw would probably play, who haven't played any Premier League football this season. But still, it will be good if Manchester United could get that next goal in the first half, maybe get a third, and then we could get them players onto the pitch. Because I'd like to see Scott McTominay get another run out. A player who's really grown up a lot in the last year or so. He's now 6'4". He was well under 6 foot about a year or so ago. So hopefully he's a late bloomer and will come into the team and a squad player for Manchester United. That would really be nice. He still hasn't chosen which country he wants to play for internationally, and he can't do any worse than the players that we've got in the England team. So potentially he could still play for England, but he might be going to play for Scotland, which, if he comes good, could be a blow to England. But at this moment in time, he's got to try and nestle down a place in Jose Mourinho's squad this season. Jesse Lingard just getting a talking to there by Jose Mourinho, telling him what to do. So far, all the big hitters this evening are winning. Arsenal beating Doncaster, Chelsea are 2-0 up against Nottingham Forest, and Manchester City are 1-0 up against West Brom. So all the top teams at this moment in time are winning. Only one game is goalless, which is Sunderland versus Everton. So this could get a bit tasty in the next round of the cup if a lot of these top teams do make it through this evening. So I thought that could potentially be a banana skin for Manchester City against West Brom. But we'll have to wait and see. I was hoping that maybe West Brom could do them one tonight, but so far Manchester United haven't had all the possession. They've had enough of the possession in this game, and Manchester United haven't been brilliant, but we've 1-0 up, and I'm happy with that, to be honest. I'm just happy that if Manchester United can get the result, because that's what cup football is at the end of the day all about, just about getting that result and moving on. Nobody gives a shit and remembers the teams that played badly in the cup if they go on and win it. People only remember the winners, not the losers in cup football. Over a course of a 38-game season, then yeah, we want to play better, play decent, which we have done this season. We played very, very well at times this season. Even I've been impressed about the amount of goals we've so far scored. But now I've been here with a free kick. Could Burton have been caused Manchester United problems? Oh, Romero dropping the ball. A bit sloppy from Romero in them few moments, but Romero has been in top form when he's played for Manchester United. So Manchester United are shading the possession. As I'm looking at the stats, 57%, but I was expecting Manchester United to have the lion's share of possession, sort of 70-odd%. But it is only early on in the game. Manchester United can still improve that. But Romero has got to watch it there because he didn't catch the ball there, and that could have been dodgy. But I don't think Manchester United have played brilliant so far, but happy that we're winning. I'm happy that we are leading. A second goal in the first half would be very nice for Manchester United. Still a very decent crowd at Old Trafford this evening, considering it is a League Cup game on a Wednesday night against lesser opposition. Getting Manchester United again, 2-0, and it was the same man again. So Manchester United now leading 2-0. Marcus Rashford with the second goal. Just what Manchester United wanted. Two quick goals in the first half have almost killed this game off, to be honest. He's banging the goals in this season. Really starting to prove his worth for Manchester United. I never thought that he would, to be honest, be that clinical or the goal scorer that I thought he could be. It's really pleasing to see a player that comes through the Manchester United ranks and doing so well. Really is. I'm still ever so grateful that Louis van Gaal gave him his opportunity at Manchester United, because whether Jose Mourinho would have given the opportunity that he's since been given, who knows? But they're the players that you want to play for Manchester United. The players that have been in and around Salford area all their careers. And it's really pleasing to see. All we need in this game now is a nice Anthony Martial goal. That would really be nice. He really does need to improve his tally as well. But Marcus Rashford so far is started the season very, very well. If he could hit that 20-goal a season mark this year, could he potentially be the player to replace Wayne Rooney as Manchester United's record goal scorer? Who knows? One day, maybe, if he could become a clinical goal scorer. We're just watching it again. It was a really nice strike from Marcus Rashford. Really nice strike from a fair way out, to be honest. The kid just loves playing for Manchester United. You can see. Jose Mourinho sitting there. Dugout. He's getting up now. He must be very pleased that Manchester United have pretty much, for me, sewn this game up early with two Marcus Rashford goals. There's no way I can see Burton getting any way back into this game. Marcus Rashford, one of our own, eh? Only just over 20 minutes of this game gone. Marcus Rashford potentially, could he have his first Manchester United hat-trick tonight? That would be really nice, wouldn't it? To see Marcus Rashford getting a hat-trick. Some of the games kicked off this evening at 7:45, so a lot of them are coming up to the 35, 36-minute mark, but this game is only just over 20 minutes into the game. So after this is concluded, though, the draw for the next round, which Manchester United should really be in, will happen. It won't be happening at a stupid time like it did the previous time when it was around 3 in the morning. To be honest, I think that Manchester United have at times played better than this, certainly in keeping possession. But 2 goals to the good up through 2 Marcus Rashford strikes, you can't argue for no more than that. In this game, would definitely took that at the start of the game. According to the stats, we've had 58% of the possession, which, as I say, I thought it'd be in around 70% mark. I really did. But to be honest, who gives a fuck? Manchester United are only 2 goals to 0 under Louis van Gaal. You'd have had 90% possession, and you wouldn't have been winning. So it isn't always about possession; it's what you do with it as well. But hopefully, this sort of game will show Angel Gomez where he should be playing his football. So he signs that fucking new damn contract, that pro contract that he's supposed to be signing. Get your ass into gig, Gomez, and sign it. Because look at what Marcus Rashford's doing. Would he have got that chance at Real Madrid? Probably not. And all it takes is getting given a chance. We've seen plenty of players not given a chance and gone to rat shit. So if you get given a chance and you take your chance, Rashford is the definition of take your chance. Because he always has taken his chance. Which Martial at times didn't do last season, which was why he was in and out of the team a bit. And it would be great to see him get himself on the score sheet tonight. I really would. I would love to see him get a goal. Oh, Manchester United getting a chance to get another one. One matter having a shot for Manchester United. Hoping that Martial could actually have a shot. But every game now has a goal because Everton have taken the lead against Sunderland. So far tonight, no shocks are happening. All the favourites are currently leading. So far, so good for Manchester United, to be honest. I mean, this isn't a great Burton Albion side, but to be honest, who gives a fuck? You can only beat who's in front of you. And Marcus Rashford just put 2 goals past him. That, I think, them 2 goals for Marcus Rashford has pretty much fully cemented his place as more of a regular, I reckon now. he has been chopping and changing a bit with Martial lately, but at the moment he seems to definitely be, out of the two, the more on form of the two strikers anyway, or the forward players you would call them. I know he's playing as the centre forward tonight, which does obviously help. And that he's taken that role fantastically tonight. Often he's played out wide, which probably hasn't always helped. Whether he's going to score so many goals for Manchester United, it isn't always easy playing out wide for what they're always wide forwards, which I'm still a fan of it, but there's no traditional David Beckham type wingers, and they're all dying out the game. Which all these players want to cut inside now. None of them want to just get the fucking ball and cross it. That was the chance. Damn it. Manchester United just missed a great chance for Anthony Martial. Disappointing there from Martial. Had a great chance to score, but hit it straight at the goalkeeper, which was really disappointing. Because them chances he's really got to be seizing upon. Oh, to be honest, we could have been 2-1. They could have pulled a goal back. They had a great chance to score themselves there. I didn't really think the Burton Albion would get too many chances tonight. I thought if they were ever going to get any way out of this game, luckily Romero come out of his goal ever so quickly to smother that. And just got to it. As it was, the bloke almost put it too high over Sergio Romero, but Sergio Romero did quite well there. Considering early on he flapped at one and dropped a ball. He did quite decent there. So, but Romero has been a steady goalkeeper for Manchester United. He really has. I'm not too sure he would have replaced David De Gea. David De Gea left, but it's been really steady goalkeeper so far. Since he's been here, a couple of years or whatever he's been here. He's not done anything wrong, and is a perfect backup for Manchester United. And he's perfect for games like this. So we're just coming up now to the half-hour mark in this game. Manchester United still leading this game 2-0. Hopefully we can see some more goals in this game. If we can swat these aside, I went for a 2-0 at the start of the game, but if we can swat these aside within the next up to 60 minutes, then hopefully Manchester United could see Scott McTominay and Luke Shaw given a run out tonight. It would be nice to see that. Martial causing problems. He's really got to run at their defence, because I think if he runs at their defence, he's going to cause them all sorts of problems. He's got so much ability. Oh, Manchester United missed a great chance to score again. One Mata hitting the post and Anthony Martial having another chance. Sooner or later, surely Anthony's going to grab himself a goal. Anthony really needs to grab that goal tonight that would really boost his confidence. Well, Mata hasn't yet scored this season and done a nice bit of skill there. And walloped it at the post. And Anthony Martial's shot was obviously blocked by the defender. So try the sort of bicycle kick, sort of side volley. Just got to use that pace a lot more. Martial running at defenders, causing them all sorts of problems. That's when he's at his absolute best, running at defenders. And obviously, it'd be interesting to see if Manchester United to take Marcus Rashford off in this game, if Anthony Martial was to go into the centre forward position, whether he would have any more joy at scoring goals this evening, because this game is there for the taking to score more goals for Manchester United. Certainly is, but it's whether Jose Mourinho wants to do that. He might decide to take Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford both off in the second half. We will have to wait and see. I would think there will be changes by the 60-minute mark, because I personally feel that this game is for me is as good as sewn up. I can't really see Burton Albion getting back into this match, to be honest. I would say, if anything, I'll be more confident that Manchester United could get themselves a third goal in this match. It'd be nice to see Manchester United get another goal before half time. Probably 2-0 is probably for me about fair, but Manchester United seem to be getting a bit more dominant in this game at the moment. So I feel like a third goal could maybe come before the half time, because we've still got nearly 15 minutes left of this first half. So it does give Manchester United a great chance to get that third and completely 100% seal the game. I can't, to be honest, see any way back in this game for Burton Albion. I think that Manchester United are going to see this game off. With Marcus Rashford living everyone's dream. Playing for your boyhood club. Scoring bags of goals for your boyhood club. Nothing could be better, could it? Romelu Lukaku there sitting on the bench. Would be very surprised to see Lukaku come on tonight. There is really no need. It's great to see that, because Manchester United, I know a lot of Manchester United fans have done videos and that and previews and that, and some have been a bit worried about the strength and depth in the forward areas. But when Lukaku's not playing, that was my biggest worry for Manchester United, was whether Martial or Rashford could step up to the plate, because I was worried about that last season, because Zlatan did get such a huge amount of Manchester United's goals at times, and I was worried that maybe we would rely on Lukaku like we did with them. But it seems that Rashford's really becoming of age now, so hopefully Martial can be the same and can bag a few himself, because them two are real keys to Manchester United. See Martial again running at their defence. Oh, Martial could have scored then. Almost got the ball back, but to me it looks like a goal could come tonight from Martial at some point. I'm hoping that when they tire, if Martial can play the full 90 minutes, I'm hopeful that he can maybe bag himself a goal, which would be fantastic for Manchester United. We've got to get as many of our top players, scoring as many goals as possible, keeping that form going. He's getting in some dangerous positions now, Martial. It's looking like another goal's coming. He's frightening running at them defenders. They're probably scared shitless of him with his pace. And to be honest, I feel that Martial's the more talented of the two, but Rashford's dogged determination seems to, at the moment, and the fact that obviously tonight he's playing in the centre forward position, is at the moment winning him over as the better actual player that's going to go on to have the better career at this moment in time. And he does seem to score some important goals at times, Marcus Rashford. You look back to last season, the free kick in the Europa League to get us through when we went to extra time. Look back to goals against Hull City in the 90th minute. He scored some pretty damn important goals for us. Who would have thought it a couple of years ago, Marcus Rashford, when he was playing for the under-18s? Angel Gomez having a better goal scorer probably last season than Rashford did when he was in the under-18s, when Louis van Gaal pinched him. Well, probably on par at least. Rashford was 17, 18 at the time. So I never really saw this ever see a clinical goal scorer in Marcus Rashford, I never saw a player that could maybe score 20 goals for Manchester United. Not that I saw Rashford play really a lot, but I thought that maybe Rashford would become sort of a Danny Welbeck, where he would score maybe 10, 12 goals a season, but not a determined player like what he is. Danny Welbeck is that sort of determined player. I never saw the clinicalness, but I think he can get more clinical, Rashford. A lot of these games now are half time. Just the two Manchester games that are still playing in the first half, as they both kicked off at 8 o'clock. We are coming up to the 40th minute mark in a couple of moments. Can Manchester United get another goal before half time to cap off, which would then be an absolutely fantastic half if we could be winning 3-0. And Manchester United have another goal. Jesse Lingard scores for Manchester United. Manchester United 3 goals, 2-0. Fantastic. Manchester United another goal. Really pleased with that Manchester United have got another one. Just watching it back again. I think it takes a deflection, does it, off someone? Deflection. Martial passing the ball to Lingard and taking a wicked deflection, with the goalkeeper having no chance whatsoever with that shot. I think it was going on target, but in the other corner. So Lingard should claim that goal, really. And Manchester United are actually swatting things aside, to be honest. 3 goals to 0 in the first half. This could be a big scoreline. It's just a shame that now is where you would love to have the likes of Angel Gomez on the substitutes bench, so that you could rotate the squad a bit. But hopefully we can see the likes of Scott McTominay and Luke Shaw in that second half, because there's no way that these cunts are coming back into this. These are beaten motherfuckers right now. Oh, they're having a shot from distance there, but they're not a great side, so they're not probably going to trouble Manchester United a lot this evening. Luke Shaw there warming up, so hopefully second half we might at some point see Luke Shaw get a run out. It'd be fantastic to see Luke back, because he's had all these problems with injury and that. He's just got to keep himself fit. If he could get a run of 10, 15 games, because that's what he needs. He's just like Wayne Rooney. When he doesn't play, he has to come back. It's taken him a few games to get going again. And unfortunately, in Jose Mourinho, he likes a settled team, so he's probably not going to get many. The opportunities he's got to get are in the League Cup and in maybe some dead rubbers in the Champions League group stage, if we get any towards the end of the group. That's why I'll be very, very happy if we could win our first 4 games in the Champions League group stage. Then we should have at least 1 out of the 2 completely dead rubbers, where nothing is riding on, hopefully, for either side in the game. And then it won't matter if Manchester United rest like the whole team and put out a lot of youngsters like they did against Crystal Palace. That would be where I would love to see, because Manchester United's last group game of the Champions League is at Old Trafford, which is nice to see. We get the hardest ones out of the way coming up against CSKA Moscow next week, which we should do a watch along for that. And then the following game is away at Benfica. So if Manchester United could get through both of them, then that would be all but done. If we could win both of them, and we could start looking ahead to the knockout stage in January, because we've got so many games coming thick and fast, and we're not banging the goals in at this present, which is good news. And we're not letting goals in, so that is the best scenario you can possibly have. Oh. Jesse Lingard going over there, but you're not getting a penalty there, mate. Can Manchester United get a fourth before the end of the first half? We're coming up almost to half time. We've got about 4 minutes or so remaining in this first half here at Old Trafford. Manchester United swatting these aside. 3-0 so far. 2 goals from Marcus Rashford, 1 from distance, which hit the post, and a Jesse Lingard goal, which was massively deflected into the net. And it's really nice to see some youngsters coming through the ranks and doing the business for Manchester United this evening. 2 players that supported Manchester United's kids, both scoring the goals. If Jesse Lingard gets, he should get that goal, because I think it was going on target anyway. It's going in the other corner, wasn't it? So it should be enough. I think Manchester United to have a free kick or a throw in or whatever. Come on, United, can we get a fourth before half time? I mean, this sort of game's nothing to shout about. I mean, it's just about getting through the time, moving on to the next round. They will probably get stiffer opposition, because in this competition last year we had mainly Premier League opposition. After this game we had Manchester City, and then playing the likes of West Ham in the latter stages, and Hull City. So we had mainly Premier League opposition besides the Northampton one. In the FA Cup we got some lesser opposition in the first few rounds. So, but tonight a lot of the teams are doing quite well. So it's good to see. Angel Gomez there saying 3-0, game over on Twitter. So even he agrees that the game is over. And where are you, bro? You should be on the substitutes bench tonight, ready to come off the bench and bang yourself one in yourself. Everyone telling him there to sign the fucking contract. Yes, you should sign the contract, Angel, and you can get some game time, hopefully, and some dead rubbers coming up. Whereas a Martial goal, that would cap off a fantastic goal fest at Old Trafford in this first half, wouldn't it? But we are in the closing moments of this first half at Old Trafford. We are winning 3-0 still. To anyone that has joined the hangout, hope everyone's doing well this evening. That's the only problem with these type of games. You're never 100% sure how they're going to go. Often they can be like this, or they can be the other way, where it's a real job to break them down. And like Manchester United had that time against Burton Albion, where we had to bring the reinforcements off the bench, and we couldn't quite end up stealing the game late on, and we drew 0-0. So you never know what sort of players to put on the substitutes bench. And he's gone for me a fairly strong bench, even with the likes of Scott McTominay and Luke Shaw on there, the likes of Lukaku on there, that could come on and change the game if Manchester United needed them, which you never know. He could have gone and put youngsters on the bench, and we could have fucked this up. So it could go one or two ways, but it is a shame that we haven't got a couple more youngsters on the bench that could have potentially come on and had a go to this evening. But I'm really excited for a second half, because hopefully we will see the first appearances of the season for Luke Shaw and Scott McTominay, which would make me very happy. So that's about it for the first half of this game. We are just into injury time now. A lot of empty seats appearing at Manchester United. Everyone going for their half-time breaks. And you can't ask for any more than that for the first half. Everyone would have took that 3-0 at the start of the game, so very, very positive. But all the top teams are into the next, well, are looking like they're going into the next round of the League Cup, as that is half time here at Old Trafford. Manchester United winning 3-0 at present, and we will wait for the second half. So, what's everyone thinking? Everyone's got to be happy with that. I mean, it can't be downbeat on that. 3-0 at Old Trafford. Comfortable for Manchester United. This is what we're used to seeing at Old Trafford. It's great. It's such a great start to the season, to be honest. Can't argue with this. Nothing more to say really. But all the big hitters are winning tonight. So it looks like all the big hitters are going to be into the next round of the League Cup. The big boys won yesterday in Tottenham Hotspur. I know Liverpool got knocked out, but I'm not calling them a big hitter. They're a dog shit side. So all the big hitters tonight. Arsenal are winning, Chelsea are winning, Manchester City are winning, and even Everton they're winning as well against Sunderland. So all the top teams are winning at present. So it could make for a real feisty fourth round. Someone's got to play someone out the big boys probably coming up. So there could be a classic tie to come in this. I'll be popping off for a toilet break now, but I'll be back for the second half when it happens. Hopefully, second half. We did see Luke Shaw warming up, so hopefully Luke Shaw can come on in the second half. That would be really nice to see Luke Shaw come on, and I would love to see Scott McTominay as well come on. So we will be back for the second half in a minute. I'm just going to pop off to the loo, and I'll be back in a moment. So it's half time still here at Old Trafford with Manchester United. So far, so good. 3-0 in the first half. Most of the time, we've been blowing teams away in the second half. So, what could we have in store in the second half? Can't wait for that second half to get underway in a few moments. Half-time breaks are absolutely bullshit. Waiting around for it to kick back off. To get the match back up on my phone. Ready for that second half. Sky Sports Football. Just watching the replays of the goals while it's half time. That nice first goal taken from Rashford, sliding it past the goalkeeper. And then obviously the second one was the one that hits the post. Carrot plan as well to see, because we haven't seen much of him. We haven't actually seen any of Carrot so far this season, which we do need to see more of, Michael, because we know what a fantastic player he is. That second strike from distance, a nice strike it was from Rashford. Getting that post and going in. And then the third one from Lingard. Martial running at the defence, getting the ball back after almost losing it. Martial to Lingard and then goal. Martial has been involved in this, but just needs to get himself a goal tonight. We're desperately crying out for an Anthony Martial goal in this. Running at the defence, he's causing all sorts of problems. So, I mean, Burton and Albion have had a couple of chances in this game, but mainly that Romero one where he saved it, stuck his arm up and saved it. They're just showing again. Manchester United all in control of this. Now it's just a case of wondering who Manchester United are going to get in the next round of this League Cup. Ideally, I would like another home draw. That's where it's best to get a nice tie at Old Trafford. Manchester United always confident. You should always be confident if you're a Manchester United fan that we can beat anyone at home. To be honest, shouldn't really be any problems against the majority of sides at Old Trafford. I think if we are to get one of the big hitters at home or away, the likes of Chelsea or Manchester City, I think he would put an almost full strength lineup out. I mean, he's gotten for a strong enough lineup tonight with the likes of Juan Mata in the team. So I think you would see the likes of Lukaku and Mkhitaryan in the team if they get a bigger team in the next round, or if we get further than that. The second half is coming up next. So, but all the big hitters tonight are winning. So we are probably going to get a Premier League opposition now, because Everton are 2-0 up, which that game's pretty much dead. Chelsea are winning 4-0. Arsenal still 1-0 up against Doncaster. You can't really see Doncaster coming back there. The only other game that's still probably on a bit of a knife edge is if West Brom could equalise against Manchester City. But I didn't look at the squad that West Brom put out. But Manchester City have also put a fairly strong lineup out. So maybe they're taking this competition fairly serious this year, because it is definitely good. Because the thing that I love about this League Cup is you get first piece of silverware pretty early on in the season. so it can really help you lift for the rest of the season. Getting that first trophy as early as February can really give all the players a massive lift, and it gives a massive. Not it's a nice feeling getting that winning mentality, which is what Jose Mourinho really loves about winning trophies. Hungry and want to win more and more. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you can be a Carlos Tevez or someone and go and play in China for 600 or whatever thousand he's on a week, but it's not the same as winning in England. It's like that at top clubs. That is what it's all about. And I'm sure the likes of Marcus Rashford would play for £1,000 a week if he couldn't earn that sort of money just to put on the red shirt for Manchester United and do what he's doing. I mean, Jesse Lingard it. Mm. Mm. So we're almost ready to start the second half of the game tonight. Hopefully, we're going to see some more goals in the second half. So it'll be really nice to see. Could we? What would really be nice to see is a Marcus Rashford hat trick and a goal from Martial. That would be really nice to see, wouldn't it? Can we see them things? Who knows? Let's find out in the second half. But as the second half draws to a close, though, I reckon he may want to actually preserve them players. I'm actually not 100% surprised, but I can see why he's played Rashford, but through the middle because he wants to give him an opportunity to play up front. But he's a young lad, and we don't want to overplay him in every single game when we've got some really important games coming up. The time to rest Rashford obviously would be if we qualify early from the Champions League group stage. That would be the perfect opportunity to give them players the chance to have a rest. Because obviously this game isn't actually a dead rubber, so for them games could potentially be dead rubber, like that Crystal Palace game was completely dead rubber for both sides. So it didn't matter what sort of side. When the likes of Angel Gomez come on, it didn't really. No one gave a shit because Crystal Palace had nothing to play for as well. It's when the opposition has something to play for. So if the group stage is over, because the next two games being away could end up deciding the group if Manchester United can get the two victories. Because we've always stumbled usually across Champions League groups. We've never usually gone out there and thrashed the groups out. So even under Sir Alex Ferguson, often he'd play a lot of rest a few and rotate the team a bit too much, and we wouldn't just get through and then rest players, then use the likes of Gomez and McTominay and Demi Mitchell in the latter stages when you've won the group and you can't do any more. Okay, so we're about to kick off in the second half. What's everyone's thoughts? Do you think we're going to see a goal fest in the second half? We've seen goal fests against Everton and Swansea and teams of that ilk in the second half. So can Manchester United thrash the pants off this team? No disrespect, but they are actually shit. I thought Manchester United would get the job done, but I thought they were going to park the bus for large parts. So Manchester United would probably scrape a couple of goals, but 3 goals in that first half, you cannot ask for no more than that. Luke Shaw is now ready to come on. he's come on so early in the second half, but good to see. One Mata's gone off, so I can't imagine one Mata being injured. I would presume that Manchester United are literally just looking to score some minutes in this game, which is fantastic for Manchester United that he's back fit now. It really is. Hopefully we can see some more goals and a really decent performance from Luke in the second half. That's what would make me really happy. Because he's come under a lot of criticism at times over the last year when he has been fit, but he come back from such a bad injury, and as I say, he's a bit like Wayne Rooney. It takes him a while to get going. He's not the fittest. You can see he's a big old lad. He struggles to keep fit, and it's really hard to get on that pitch and play when you haven't played for a few weeks, and to be really up to speed with it and everything like that. So they've also made a change in the second half, but it's not going to make any difference for them. Hopefully we will though see Scott McTominay come onto the pitch at some point in the second half. That would be really nice to see. Scott McTominay would do with a nice run out in the second half at some point. I didn't think that he was going to make a change straight away in the second half, so. But there's not really need to have one Mata on the pitch. I don't know if he is actually injured, but no need to have him on the pitch. Manchester United have got the job done today. It's just a case of seeing this through or grabbing some more goals. But it do look sure the world of good to get him for getting 45 minutes under his belt in the Premier in a League Cup game. And I know it's probably the fact that Manchester United are winning so easy. It's probably easier him playing this than the reserve games, because some of the reserve games he's been playing in haven't been that easy. He's been playing in losing sides, so Manchester United have got full control of this match. So I don't know if the fact that he's played this, will he play? I mean, I shouldn't think he'd play in the next under 23 game, because I believe it's Friday if I'm not mistaken. So now he might be in contention for playing more Premier League games, but I wouldn't expect him to be in contention for the game against Southampton. I think Jose Mourinho is going to do the right thing and hold him back a bit and ease him in. Probably play him again in the next round of the League Cup. He may even play some more under 23 football again before he plays again for Manchester United's first team. So we just got to ease him in, because we don't want him to get injured again, because Manchester United have got problems on that left back position, so it could cause us problems if we don't sort that out at some point in time. We haven't got too many problems in the team, I don't think now. We seem to be quite a decent side. We have done so far this season, scored lots of goals, so there is a lot of positives so far this season, but left back is one of the problems that we just need to nail down a first team player, because Valencia seems to somehow absolutely fantastically nailed down that right back position over the last year or so. And it's just Darmian Blind, Young, and Shaw, and we've even got Tuanzebe who can play at right back. Unfortunately, he couldn't play tonight. Maybe he could play in the next round. Unfortunately, he's got a back injury and hasn't even featured for the under-23s, so he needs some game time. He's been playing when he's played for Manchester United. He's played at right back, and I think he played defensive midfield in one game. So. Yeah. The flag was up as Luke Shaw actually put the ball in the back of the net. Now, he's never scored for Manchester United, but the flag was actually up there, which was a shame. When that was tight. It looked like he might have been onside there. But the goalkeeper didn't move. So, but it would have been fantastic if Luke had got. He's never scored for Manchester United or for Southampton, as I recall. So he's still looking for his first professional goal for one of the two clubs, which would be nice to see him get it tonight. But I highly doubt it. He's not the goal scoring type of left back. But it's nice to see when he burst forward. When he first come back to full fitness that season before he broke his leg, he was absolutely fantastic with Luke. Was probably in contention for Young Player of the Year. He was playing so fucking well. We just need to see him get back to that form. We know he can do it. We've seen him do it. He was looking on the verge of being a world-class player, and he was only about 20 years of age at the time. I mean, he's still relatively young now. He's still only about 22. He was looking out of this world at that time. Was playing so well. It was so good to see him doing that, playing so well. But hopefully we can see a couple more goals in this second half from Manchester United. It would be nice to see. But that is a real positive, seeing Luke back on that pitch. He's been out quite a while with that injury, actually, which is really annoying, considering he had that leg break as well, which basically ruined his whole of his last season, which was a real shame. So it basically ruined two seasons of his career. The first season he didn't get going, so we just don't need to end up like Phil Jones, who's wasted sort of 4 or 5 seasons injured and shit like that. Because when he's actually played, I know some people feel that Phil Jones maybe has always got a mistake in him, but whenever he's always played for whatever manager. So I mean, it's a little bit like Fellaini, isn't it? But obviously Fellaini's not the best of footballers, but still can do a job. But Phil Jones was, and for me still is, can be a quality player, but he's just wasted so many years on the sideline for Manchester United, and it's that age where you've got to get that game time. Manchester United are still leading this game 3-0. People sometimes get a bit tired and bored when the game goes without goals for a while, but unfortunately against these sort of sides, if you get some early goals, it can be a bit like that. But that's what's nice to see though this season. We're getting some early goals. You recall back to the Van Gaal days where it would always be bloody fucking 0-0 at bloody half time, and everyone in the ground would be bored shitless. And we've done that against Championship opposition. So we did that when Middlesbrough were in the Championship, and we actually went out of that. So, you know, it's Manchester United. I've always got to be wary in these sort of circumstances, but hopefully Manchester United can get another couple of goals in this second half. We haven't had a 5-0 thrashing for a long while, so we had a thrashing of 5-0 against the same opposition. In the previous meeting, can it be the same tonight for Manchester United? Or will they come back and stop Manchester United from scoring more goals? I think they'd probably be happy to keep the score down, to be honest. So I don't really feel that they want to be embarrassed, because they did lose 5-0 against Leeds only a week ago. As I've said before, the draw will conclude this game this evening. I think it's about 10 o'clock, the draw. So Manchester United will be in the pot for the next round of this draw. So it'll be exciting to see who Manchester United can get in the next round. It's always nice when the balls are picked out, who we get in the next round. But overall, to be honest, there's not really been too much for Manchester United to worry about this evening, as they're really very, very comfortable evening so far. And that was what we wanted. No, the key to tonight is just getting through the game really with no injuries. That is the key. You don't want to come away from these sort of games with any sort of injuries, because then it does rule the fact that you've actually put in a whole host of young players. If you haven't put in a whole host of young players, you know, putting out a first team can. A lot of people will moan if you do come unstuck and get sort of one or two injuries. But to be honest, I think Manchester United are just going to take this carefully now for the remainder of this game. See the second half out, and then look forward to a good game against hopefully Southampton at the weekend, who, to be honest, aren't in the best of form. So could Manchester United go and get some more goals against Southampton on Saturday? That is a 3 o'clock kickoff, that one. So that will not be on British TV, unfortunately. But Manchester United this season in total control of this game, and hopefully play the rest of this game out. It'd be nice to see Martial, as I say, get himself a goal this evening. But if it's not to be, it's not to be. That's the only downfall, that Martial hasn't got himself a goal. Martial is a fantastic player and could do again himself on the score sheet. We have just over half an hour left of this game this evening. Manchester United beating so far still 3-0 against Burton Albion. I would have too much problems against the Championship opposition, but there seems to be a bit of golf in class. Even though I said the Championship's a tough old league, seems to be a bit at this moment in time from the teams in that division and the Premier League opposition, but still is probably less of a gap than in other leagues across Europe. Because a lot of leagues across Europe are able to rest their whole squads and still get through these type of games, but there's still these teams are still usually don't roll over 5-6-0 usually, but Manchester United could still get some more goals, as we have done in previous games. We have decided late on, and this team may still yet tire out before the end of the match. So hopefully Manchester United can still get some more goals in this game. So going to be any more goals in this second half? United. Manchester United make some more changes for the games. So all the top teams in this League Cup this evening are pretty much leading. Well, they are all leading. There is only one real game that's, for me, on a knife edge this evening, which is still Manchester City are playing West Brom. But besides that, all these games this evening are pretty much as good to me as dead. Absolute have won this game absolutely easily this evening. Oh, and Manchester United got that one. Anthony Martial has got himself on the score sheet this evening. So Manchester United have now got another goal. That's 8 goals in 2 games for Manchester United now, which is fantastic. Two here. That was one. That's what I'm talking about. You know, we've got 3 different goal scorers tonight. Myself on this goal scoring sheet, and so is Marcus Rashford, which was what Manchester United really need from them 2 youngsters. That in the Premier League, they've really got to step up as well, because if Manchester United are to win this league this season, we're gonna have to rely on them getting a lot of goals this season. So to hear that they're banging the goals in this season. Probably didn't get as many goals as they should have got last season. So it's pleasing to see that they're banging in the goals. Last season, Rashford was one of the highest appearance players in the Manchester United team per minutes as well. So it is good to hear that he's now obviously got himself, which is nice. Another 4 goals for Manchester United. It's starting to rain goals at Old Trafford this season, and apparently Jose Mourinho is a defensive manager. So if he's a defensive manager, I'd like to see an attacking manager. To be honest, I think Martial has deserved a goal this evening. He could really do with some goals this year, get himself a good season, because a lot of people weren't sure whether Martial would still be here this season. So will we see some more before the game's out? Maybe more. We're certainly swatting these aside. Can Martial now work his way back into that French squad? That is one big possibility that he's got to do on his hands, because the French national team will obviously get together in October. They've obviously got a array of talent, but Martial is good enough if he's more consistent. But that was what I really wanted. I said from the start of the game that them 2 players tonight, Martial and Rashford, to get a couple or at least one of them to both score at least 1 each. That was what I was happy with, and they've both got on the score sheet, which I'm happy with, because this is lesser opposition, and this is where you've really got to at least be scoring goals against these. But now we are going to see young prodigy, who is actually, I think, 21 now, so he's maybe not that young. Marcus Rashford is going off the pitch, so he's not going to get his hat-trick tonight, which is a shame. But Scott McTominay comes onto the pitch for Manchester United. Really delighted to see Scott come on. He hasn't played Manchester United since the pre-season tour, and did get himself a goal on the pre-season tour. So can he impress this evening and put him in Jose Mourinho's minds for the rest of the season? I'm really pleased that Scott's coming on. Looks like a nice, decent lad. Probably a Manchester United fan as well, which is just great to see these players getting the opportunity at clubs like this if they are coming through the ranks, potentially Manchester United fans. So as I say, he had a massive growth spurt, did Scott McTominay, so that might have helped him. He's physically probably was quite small. I mean, probably not Angel Gomez small, but there's a great chance there from Anthony Martial where the goalkeeper saved. Martial could have had a couple, 2 or 3 himself this evening, so it's nice to see that he's actually scoring. So he's got to keep this up for the season. I think that's 4 goals now for the season, if I'm not mistaken, for Anthony Martial. So one in this cup. So that is fantastic start to the season for Martial, considering what he I can't remember exactly how many it was, but he only got 4 league goals. So he's surely going to beat that this season. It was just a difficult second season, but he's got to go out there and prove that first season was no one-off, because a lot of players have a great season and they do fizzle off, which is why a lot of people call them flash in the pans and whatnot. But Martial come with a real high price tag, and he's done very, very well in his first season, but just not consistent enough in his second season. But obviously didn't quite get the game time he wanted, but we are starting to see maybe more consistency this season. But you do get that as players get older, you do get more consistency. You can see a brace from Martial, that would be nice, wouldn't it? That really would be nice. It would be raining goals at Old Trafford. There's still 25 minutes in this game to go, so Manchester United have managed to give 2 players that I wanted to see game time this evening. So overall, I can't be more happy with how this has gone. Martial really is looking more on it tonight than he has than sometimes, but he's definitely started the season quite well. So, but 4 seems to be that nice number at the moment for Manchester United. But could we get some more tonight? Oh! Scott McTominay trying to get in there. Not known for his goal scoring attributes, is Scott, but it would be fantastic to see him score a goal for Manchester United. You know, if these youngsters, any of them stake a claim and have a fantastic game, then it does hopefully give the confidence that Jose Mourinho may choose to use them again in future games, or even give some other ones a go, which is always nice. Manchester United still pushing for more goals in this game. Martial actually probably does deserve a second goal in this game. It would be nice to see him get another one. That would really give him some confidence. Surely we're not going to see 3 late goals in this one, because that'd be a horror. The stats are 12 attempts to Burton's 5. Burton have had 2 attempts on target to Manchester United's 10. I mean, that really does tell the whole story. I think Manchester United have had 10 attempts on target this evening, and we put 4 of them away. So we put less than 4 of the ones on target, or less than half of them. 4 have gone in, and 6 haven't. Now, I'm not too sure if a game goes to extra time. I think the draw will still go ahead, as it's only if this game was to go to extra time would the draw then would be postponed while the game, obviously the rest of the game is played out, and then if any of the other games are a draw, I think that they just go to extra time in them games. The draw will still conclude this, so the draw will be done. I think it's around 10 o'clock UK time, so it's now almost 9:30 UK time. So just after this finishes, this will finish within just over 20 minutes. The draw for the fourth round will almost conclude this game. So that would be nice to. It's always exciting to see Manchester United get in the next round of the cup. You're always nervous if you're going to get a big team or whatnot. Chelsea have got 5 this evening, so Manchester United aren't the highest scorers tonight. But we've still done pretty decent so far. Oh, that'll be a card there. That was on Scott McTominay, was it? Yeah, completely caught him down. Stephen Warnock there getting the yellow card. I don't suppose Manchester United are all too bothered about using the final substitution tonight. Mourinho may come out and say it's PlayStation football again or whatever he said before, but Manchester United just knocking it around now. We're 4-0 up. This game, it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, Luke Shaw getting the ball out wide. Oh, putting the ball in, but not too good. Come on, United, can we get a 5th before the game's out? We're absolutely in cruise control of this game. It just seems to me as though Burton Albion have just completely given up any hope of trying to even score in this game. They just look like they're shot for shit and just. Oh, Martial running Oh. It really would. That would put the icing on the cake. Probably another goal from Anthony Martial would, because that would give him the world of confidence going into the weekend. Whether he does start that game remains to be seen. I presume that he'll probably be on the substitutes bench for that one, which, although he started the season well, there's a lot of games coming thick and fast. So, but I wouldn't be surprised because Rashford was the one to go off. But and there is big news: West Brom have equalised against Manchester City, so that could be good news. If that game goes into extra time, I would be quite happy with that. That was the one game I did say was on a knife edge, because I can't really see Doncaster getting back into it against Arsenal. So, and all the other games are hammerings. There's a 3-0, a 4-0, and a 5-0. Manchester United still have over 15 minutes of this game to play, but we're not really going all out to score now. We're seeing this second half to be just settling for what we've got, not being too greedy, and moving on to the next games. You know, you don't want to put too much energy into these last 15 minutes. There's just no point. Through to the next round, which was all that was the aim. 2 players game time. That's all it's all about. Moving to that next round. Be nice to see Manchester City go to extra time, so they've got to play some of their players for another half an hour and potentially penalties, and then get knocked out in a penalty shootout. That is what I would like to see. So then it makes their game at the weekend even that little bit harder when you have to go to extra time. The previous one, even if they rotate half the side, some of them players, the likes of Gabriel Jesus, will probably play again on Saturday. So Manchester United have managed to get this game done in the first half and conserve their energy pretty much in the second half, which is fantastic to see. This is what I used to love about Manchester United, being 3-4-0 up after the first half, just playing it out. It's just so relaxing being able to do that. I know sometimes these games can get a bit boring second half when you don't score. Just under 15 minutes now remaining of this game. It's Burton having go on the attack, but nothing comes of it. So not really much to say on this now. The job of playing the game out, to be honest. Oh, Nottingham Forest pulled a goal back against Chelsea. Doesn't look like there's going to be pulling any goals back in this match. Burton Albion are making a change now, and Manchester United are making another change. Joel Pereira is coming on. Interesting. Sergio Romero's going off. Interesting. Now, he did that in a game, I think it was the FA Cup when we were about 4-0 up. I don't know if it was against Wigan or someone like that. He brought on Joel Pereira for his debut. But it's nice to see him get another run out because Jose Mourinho really rates Joel Pereira highly at Manchester United. Be nice to see him have a future as a Manchester United backup, certainly from the youth team. Manchester City now have gone 2-1 to the good against West Brom. Maybe West Brom could hold on for maybe a shootout, but it wasn't to be, and looks like they will probably be going through to the next round of this cup. Manchester United still maybe could push for more goals, but overall, I think the players will just be happy to get the game and move on. To be honest, only about 12 minutes of this one left, so I don't think we're going to see many more goals in this. Oh, maybe not. Oh, close there from Anthony Martial. The ball wide. So he's going to tuck that in that far corner then. Well, I think Martial does deserve a second goal of this game. Very close there from Anthony. Can he get himself a second goal? Can we win this 5-0? About 10 minutes remaining in this game. Someone to nick another goal. Maybe get a 5-0, which would be a nice scoreline 5. 1-0 is nice, but honestly 5. Just that sweet bit of 5. We haven't got 5 yet this season, so we haven't got 5 goals in a game for a long time. Jose Mourinho sitting there content. He'll be very, very happy that this game was won so easy. There's hopefully no injury problems and anything to deal with after this game, to be honest. Players that needed the game, Carrick, McTominay and Luke Shaw have all got minutes tonight, which was the main aim. Now, there is still a few Championship sides left in this draw for the next round, so Manchester United could get a Championship opposition in the next round. But there is a lot of Premier League sides in it as well, so we could get a difficult tie. But as long as it's at Old Trafford, I'm confident Manchester United can get through against anyone. Certainly with the fact that Jose Mourinho puts out almost a full team in some of these games, and certainly will do if we get Man City or a Chelsea or someone, because he's not going to want to lose to one of them cunts. So he will be wanting to get revenge on the likes of Conte and Pep. The last 10-15 minutes of this game haven't been great for Manchester United, really playing it out a lot. So, but you would expect that. I mean, it's nice to see that you can play it out a second half like this, to be honest. And I think a lot of the fans are probably starting to make their way out the ground now and get themselves in the early evening, because I mean, this is obviously what you want, but sometimes you want it to be a bit more competitive in these last few moments of the game. But I would say it's been a very professional performance. They haven't really, but the pace of the likes of Rashford and Marshall have really have caused them problems, and it's nice to see. Who is going to score more goals for Manchester United this season? That's the big thing. Marshall or Rashford. At the moment in time, it does look like Rashford, but you know, Martial's still popping up the goals here and there. So, and he hasn't played nowhere near as many minutes as Rashford. So, and Rashford did play a lot of the game as the centre forward tonight. So, it does remain to be seen. So, if Martial could get a real run in the team, could he potentially score more? Could both of them hit 20 in all competitions? Now, if both of them hit 20 in all competitions, Manchester United will most likely have a fantastic season. It's for me, unless Lukaku gets injured, it's a given he's got to get 30 this year. All competitions, got to be in 30. The Manchester United crowd has almost emptied now in some sections. People have got bored that the fact that we're winning this so comfortable, I think. But it's what you want. Someone's trying to shoot on the pitch. So we are about 5 minutes away from full time here now. Had fuck all to do since he's come on. I mean, it's nice to give him an appearance on the pitch. Manchester United constantly giving their youth players that chance. Be nice to see him given a full game at some point later on in the season again. Like we did last season. Blasted over there from Burton Albion. That would be nice to see John Pereira get a run out again some other time. Because obviously it's going to be hard because he's got two fantastic goalkeepers in front of him. But maybe you could play when there's a dead rubber game. Who knows? But the match was given to Anthony Martial then. Can man of the match Martial round it off with any more goals? Let's see what goes out. Lingard. Oh, Lingard fouled. Free kick. Free kick to Manchester United. Will Martial will be taking this? I don't know what Martial's free kicks. I haven't really seen many of Martial's free kicks, to be honest. Obviously, Paul Pogba takes a lot of them now, so it's not a bad spot. Could he put the icing on the cake of this performance? And probably for me, man of the match performance as well. So could he put the icing on the cake here? Go on, son. Bang that in that net. Bang the free kick in. Get it over that wall. If you whip that in that corner, that could easily go in. Oh, fuck, you know, that's gross. Shit. Post. Oh no, I think it's just side net, wasn't it? But oh. Hmm. But this guy he's got to be scoring goals and doing things regularly because he seems to me as though the sort of player that's confidence could drop a bit if he's not always playing so well and that. Oh, oh. Right, so we're into the last minute of this match. The final score will be 4-0. Very, very pleased with tonight. Then it's ready to go again on Saturday, again for looking for another 3 points in the Premier League. And then back to the Champions League the following Wednesday for looking for another 3 points in the group stage. Every game at the moment is just got to keep winning and winning. We've started the season fantastically well, but we've done nothing so far. We've got to just keep winning. Burton Albion with a corner. The last minute. Still their fans are there. They've had fuck all to celebrate, Burton. But fair play to the fans for coming out and supporting their team. They only had a few come last time. So that is it. Almost. Oh. And Burton Albion have scored. Burton Albion have scored at the last seconds of this match. Hitting the bar. And somehow Joel Pereira has messed it up. It's dropped the ball. They've managed to slam the ball home. Nothing to really celebrate, but they've got themselves a goal anyway. The game ends 4-1 for Manchester United. Unfortunately, there was no clean sheet, but Joel Pereira really sort of messed it up a bit. But Manchester United won. 2 goals from Marcus Rashford, 1 from Jesse Lingard, and 1 from Anthony Martial. So can't ask for no more than that. Thanks for everyone for joining me on the watch along this evening. There won't be one on Saturday. The game isn't available in the UK on TV, so it's harder to do the live stream. So I have to try and find a live stream myself to watch the game. It's not on telly. So there will be one back again for the game against CSK Moscow next week away in Russia. So stay tuned for that. And there'll be a reaction after the game anyway, because in a moment, the draw for the next round of the Cup. So I'll be going off to watch that now. And then straight after, I'll be doing a match reaction of the game and talking about that. So thanks for watching. And subscribe if you're new around here. Does really appreciate it. Try and help us get some more likes on this video. There's still quite a few of you watching, so hit that like button. Please help me get over about 20 odd likes tonight, and I will talk to you all again soon. See ya.